Move on to item 14, planning then. Number one is Mr Ian Smith, single storey rear extension with balcony, 6 Camrose Close. Have any neighbours? Camrose, whose wards this come under?
It's south. South Waters, off Eglinton Road.
Oh right, yes, yeah.
There's no letters from neighbours.
South Ward members,
There's no letters, no.
Any comments?
No.
Well, I've got a problem, it's got a big enough garden on it, so it's not overlooking anybody when he's on the balcony.
Nobody seems to complain about overlooking, so.
No. Everybody happy with this one?
Yeah.
Can I have do we approve? Councillor
Yeah.
Watsley and seconded by Councillor Ainsley. All those in favour? That's unanimous, thank you. Number 2 is Mr and Mrs Williams, boundary treatment, 7 Dove Close. Boundary treatment,
That's off from way, like a way away.
yeah.
Oh, it's the south, yes.
Do we know what they're doing?
I couldn't work out, the drawing was so light, I couldn't work out what they were doing.
Well, it's a 6-foot fence, isn't it, by the look of it? Oh, it's a post and rail fence, so you put the posts in with the horizontal rails and then the feather edge boarding nails onto it.
Right.
Well, it sounds like there's a treat, it says boundary treatment.
Yeah.
Would we describe that as treatment? No.
Comments? Local members?
I think one thing for me would be which way round, assuming the panels are agreed, they need to be facing into the garden, so the scrubby bit, if you like, needs to be inward facing.
Yes, I think it is, isn't it, when you look at that? Which is the norm for a fence, isn't it? You have your nice side outside.
Not? Yes, you do.
Don't start.
Yeah, you normally, yeah, I guess you do.
Anybody else got any comments?
So are we convinced this is actually about erection of a fence, or maybe boundary treatment? This is how they're going to treat the boundaries?
Yes, they're going to put a fence up.
Okay, thank you.
Is that? It must be 6 feet. I'm trying to look at
Well, no more than 6 feet.
the vertical, vertical line. I can't see what it says. Can you see what it says, Nick, on that?
There's two ones, I think, or 3 ones.
No.
Well, hopefully
2.1,
3-1, that's 12 foot, that, isn't it?
It's
10
2.1
foot.
meters.
10 foot.
1.8.
Yeah. 2, yeah.
And then a feather board of 2.1.
Yes, 2.1. Yeah, sorry, so it's 6 foot.
An observation, Mr Chairman, not for this, but I think for council members, there is quite a lot of encroachment going on around my patch, side of ground.
All right.
And I mean by that is that beautiful gardens are extending into other land.
Yeah.
So I haven't had any complaints, but I'm aware of it, and I think there's a possibility for that in the future.
Yeah. Okay. Are we happy with this? Councillor Flynn?
How close is that to the house that's facing it directly? Because
Well, I presume that block was their house. Yes, it was. Number 7's their
And
house.
at the back there, look, those 2 houses face it, so those 2 houses are going to be facing that. But I think that's far enough away to be no problem.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Well, do I have a proposer? Councillor Zell, seconded by Councillor Clough. All those in favour of approval? That's unanimous, thank you. Anyway, next, number 3, Mrs. Diane.
Can I speak?
I ain't got there yet.
This is entirely misleading because this is not a private individual. This planning application
It's a
is a
county
planning
council.
application on behalf of Rutland County Council, and it's not for the Rutland County Museum, it's for Rutland Catmus College, which is the RCC's register office. So the information that you have there is actually not correct, so just as long as you're aware of that.
Right, okay, thank you very much. It's listed building, isn't it, anyway? So,
Are those buildings not joined together?
yes, you can get from the registry office
They are joined,
into the museum.
It's just the listed building
on
registration is for one part of the building, not the rest, and it tends to get called museum.
It's the
but
wedding
actually,
room,
Yeah, it's registration, yeah.
It isn't
Yeah.
actually.
So there's the,
The remedial work is a technically approved system, if that interests you.
yes,
And the oil we do is fairly new.
Yeah.
It's not part of the original building, that's also quite interesting.
comments, anybody?
Renovation of existing timber sash windows. I'd like to see something in there that says that they're in keeping, renovations are in keeping, as opposed to replacing parts that they're not in keeping.
Okay, yeah, so we like to see the work to be in keeping with the existing building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
You said, sorry, I think it's
That's it, not overly, but yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so it's been proposed for approval, but with that caveat that the work is carried out with
Sympathetic.
It's in the building, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not big.
it have to be, so.
No, it doesn't.
With this, it's compatible with this,
Changing, but
50%.
not changing.
Okay, so it's proposed by Councillor Rozelle, seconded by Councillor Clough. All those in favour of approval? Unanimous, thank you. Next, Martin Leader, single storey rear extension, 17 Penn Street. Yeah, 78. They're a bit tight down Penn Street, aren't
Do you think it's a parking issue?
Floor. Oh, you've got the floor plan.
A small school into a bigger school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one here.
Listen, Justin.
It's not long. There's no letters.
No, maybe there's a...
No.
Comments? Everybody happy? Do I have a proposed Councillor Clough, seconded by myself, with the approval? All those in agreement of approval, please show. That's unanimous, thank you. Mr. Roy Earl, double garage, 3 Redland Road.
Right.
What do you mean, ah?
I have got written shibby, so.
Yeah.
What, don't you like knowing a double garage?
No, but
Councillor Clough, do you
where
want-
there's
oh, sorry.
access, sorry.
Go on, now you started,
You
go on.
started, carry on.
Go on, you start, just keep on.
Why does he need a double garage at the bottom of his garden? Where he's got to take his cars right down the side of the house to get to the bottom of the garden. So it's not going to be a garage, is it? It's
So
going to be a
that,
little
yeah,
work-
so the long building on the right hand side is the air ambulance, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So that so he hasn't got access from there, has he?
No.
Councillor Clough?
Well, you can't refuse something on suspicion, but if you look round the corner, we're round the corner 3 houses from the one we've been having all the issues
Yeah.
with recently, who's trying to build a completely separate bungalow in his garden. And this looks to me, when you look at the picture of it, suspiciously like this is a double garage and workshop, but take out the 2 roller walls and you've got a bungalow at the end of your garden.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
A little bit like the chap who's on Lonsdale, and when you're in Royce's Park, he's now clad his garage in Solitex, and he's had a new roof on it and new windows.
Yeah. I mean, whether we can give permission and say on the understanding that this is not going to be turned into a secondary residence. and
We
how to do that.
can make any comment you require, because that's what we're here for as
But they'd have to bring
consultees.
that change of use,
Yeah,
though, wouldn't
change
they?
of use.
They'd have to bring it back as change of
Well,
use.
now, yes,
It's the whole width of the plot.
yeah. In theory, yes, they would have to come back for a change of use, but we all know, living in the real world, that the garage doors disappear and they don't even go in anyway.
I would
Being
say though,
cynical.
that the county council are very hot on enforcement
Yeah.
in their defence.
It just worries me it's so close to the other one and it's, are we
Oh.
getting a precedent?
Okay, so
Well,
So,
what is it about proving us by the garage? Everything else is speculation, isn't it?
Yes, it is speculation.
So I don't think it's beginning of speculation.
No, you're quite right, we can't get it into speculation.
so, for the double garage, do we have are we approving? With any conditions? Do you want to put a condition on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's
It says double garage. I don't understand then why it has an extension on the right hand side.
Workshop, that's the workshop, that's the workshop.
The application is here. It's for a double garage, not a double garage and a workshop.
On the plan it says that.
Because I've read it somewhere.
Yeah, he's put it down.
That's got a drive.
That says garage on it.
Yeah.
So you should have 2 access points and maybe a side door, but not 2 access points and a front door with a window.
It does say there, it's
It's
and
a
workshop.
double garage and workshop.
And he's putting roller shutter doors on it, which probably have to be open from the inside. Not conventional up and overs.
Yeah.
Well, it really is, if it is double garage and workshop, it's not an issue, it's just if we just have a condition, if we could add a condition
It's
that
actually 2 single garages next to each other.
Narrow.
this should not be converted. This is not permission to convert to an independent dwelling, however you phrase it. How do you phrase it, Jim?
You can't, because they can apply for permission to do that. And they
Yeah.
Yeah, we're only working on this, and it's a garage, that's what we have to work with.
Okay.
It's, if it comes back as a change, that's the issue.
Okay, so if we're going to approve, we have to prove it as on face value that it is a garage
And workshop.
and workshop. Thank you. So that's what we're approving,
or not.
or not? Yes. What do you want to do, members?
Approve as is or not.
I will vote against it.
Can I see the block plan again? It's not very good.
There isn't anything in there.
The access down the side is quite tight.
So does that mean he would have to reverse out of his garage down the drive down? Or is it?
Well, you don't know. You don't know what that area is between the house and the garage. That could
He
be.
could block take the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
On there, is it? And then we've got then.
So
Which one is it? It's
It's an
the.
awfully nice
It's
part
a
of the site, isn't it?
So there's the big one there.
Yeah.
I think if we're
That one
struggling,
there.
then we can ask Rutland County Council officers to make a decision.
Okay.
We can still say no or yes.
Yeah.
There's no
But
car
with the caveat
access.
that they make a decision.
what are you saying? Just a moment.
We'll
Councillor
have a look at Google Map, I'm afraid. We're being a bit daft on this, I think, but doing this. But just seeing what, because it looks very tight getting a car down the side.
Yeah.
So it's being designed as a garage, but
But it could be doing restoration on a car, it doesn't necessarily mean it's in daily use. There's
It's
101
not
uses for a
really
garage.
well, there might be just enough room around about. Yeah, because that's right. The people next door to him appear to. Oh, that's
All the others, the garages are just at the back, so you drive down into the garage.
There's garage.
It's the other thing path through there.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Ah, that's like that bit, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Come
I
on.
mean, it's yeah. I mean, it's
Let's have a proposal, please. Anybody? It's a garage, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I propose that we approve the garage, the plan
It's
as.
been proposed by Councillor Ainsley, we approve the double garage with workshop, seconded by
yes.
Councillor Lowe, thank you. All those in favour of approval of the garage with workshop, please show.
Just you and me.
It is, yeah.
Well, the three, the five.
4, 5.
The three of those are the ward councillors. So you can't
Against?
follow them.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
Why are you again? Well, those are matters.
Well, it's very
So
four.
one
Anyway.
abstention, is there?
Who's abstaining? Oh, Sally Ann
So we-
sitting on the
So
picket
you get
fence.
you get the
So my
party
consideration is that we approve the double garage.
I thought it was 3, 4, and 5 against.
I've got 5, 5 and 1.
5 and 1.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's now 6, 5 and 1.
Right. Okay.
Moved. Right, we're moving on. Mr. Betsy. Mr. Cole Wallace, extension and alteration to the side and rear of property, 8 Browning Walk. And this must be a lot simpler than a garage.
Well, it's a very big extension.
I mean, I was with you all the way on that last one. I'm just very untrusting, I'm afraid.
Well, we're here the neighbours when it becomes a B&B.
There's plenty of land there. It's redoing all the roof. Look,
There we go.
Wow.
it's a complete new roof.
It's a big job.
It is, isn't it?
It's a big job.
It is a big job.
Any letters to read?
Is there anything else?
Awesome,
No
though.
I
letters.
didn't see
No.
any letters.
No.
It's big.
It's gotten bigger.
Comments, observations, proposals.
I haven't got a problem with it, I propose we go with it.
Proposed for acceptance by Councillor Wadsworth, seconded by Councillor Clough. All those in favour, please show. That's unanimous, thank you.
Good job if you wanted double gown.
G. I told you before the start.
I know.
Mr. and Mrs. Ford, proposed ground floor kitchen extension to existing dwelling and associated works, 9 Finch Avenue.
This is so complicated.
Very complicated.
That's because they put the kitchen drawing in with the
Yeah,
rest of the drawings, so I hate when they do that.
but we'll sort it out.
I would argue those drawings are probably going to cost more than the kitchen. But
Yeah.
They're losing garage altogether.
Nobody uses garages anymore.
Can't get into it to the house next door.
They're building right up to them.
Right up to that
next to us,
back
next to us.
Have we any letters, was there any letters from the, no, nothing at all from the neighbours?
No.
They're nice plans, aren't
They are good drawings.
Very clear.
They're dark, easy.
Top bit with those windows,
Yeah.
black and white.
Comments, observations, proposal.
I propose we go with it.
I'll second
I'll
that.
second that, yeah.
So it's proposed by Councillor Wadsworth, seconded by Councillor Denyer. All those in favour of approval? Unanimous, thank you.
Garage.
Oh, no, no.
Oh, good.
Mr. Allen.
It's not a double garage, is it?
Convert garage to utility room, guest bedroom, ensuite and store, single-storey rear extension, front porch extension, two-storey extension to link existing garage. Proposed bay window, 16 Greenfield Road.
Oh, it doesn't knock it
No,
down.
just building away.
it's a move, isn't it?
Well, I think, what is it, 6 bedrooms is making it to a, no, 5 bedroom to a 6 bedroom. I think I read somewhere.
So you've got a
Yeah,
garage
right.
and bedroom.
Cheap to move.
Oh dear.
Oh, we've got a boot room as well. I can do with a boot room.
That's what my wife says.
Sorry, we're about to open this down.
The fields sustain.
Greenfield Road, that's,
It's
Greenfield
down
Road.
here, I think, somewhere, is it?
Left
Greenfield?
left of Ashwell Road, isn't it?
It's on the field, it's on the fields estate,
yeah.
Down here.
which was never fields, it was Woodland.
The thing is, so it looks, I mean, to me, there appears to be, the work is to sort of increase the living space inside as well, doesn't it? That's what
Yeah.
it seems to do. Which
Yeah.
this is what people do now, so.
Yes.
So,
And there's been, I don't think there's no letters or objections, is there?
Where's the
This is not really building that much onto it, it's got a great big
Yes,
garage.
it does look good.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Oh wow.
Have we got the location as well, please?
Where's the location?
No, there you go. Just there.
Look, it's got all that.
Oh, it's a huge big block, that is, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
This is good building another house as well as the one he's just building.
Yeah, right.
You can't get permission for that.
So I don't think we have any planning ground reasons not to, and it seems to be.
Are there any comments? I'm going to say trees, because I can't remember the word that begins with H. Are there any reports from
Horticultural.
That area is very full of
No,
TPOs.
No, not on his land.
no.
Okay.
Member only consulting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm happy to go with it.
Councillor Wadsworth,
I'll second it.
Let's do it.
proposed by Councillor Wadsworth, seconded by Councillor Denyer for approval. All those in favour, please show. It's unanimous, thank you.
I think we should be invited to see these things when they're all finished.
Mrs.
Send it
Tyler,
to the page.
Removal of redundant sun canopy and frame, reinstate and repair the original shop front, 13 High Street.
So when
It's
you
a listed building.
Ambulance.
Oh, our ambulance.
Oh, it looks better now, doesn't it? What?
Councillor Clough?
This is extremely tatty. They don't use it anymore because they're heavy and difficult to pull out, and sometimes they get caught by. The building will look better without it.
Probably good.
It's
Is that the new? Is that? Did they have a new one put in when they were? Is that the original canopy that was there when they moved in? Though.
No, it's got air ambulance.
I think it's a yellow one now,
It's
isn't
been
it?
there for quite a long time, yeah. I think it was George's put the canopy in.
The bookshop. People.
No, it was there before that, wasn't it?
Mechanism might be, but it's actually got air ambulance written on it.
Yeah.
On another picture you can see it's got air ambulance written on it.
Well, we support that then.
I would support that.
I'd go for that.
Just a question, and I support it, what Alan says, I'm a terrible person. How are you going to know that that's the air ambulance? What are they going to do in terms of signage afterwards?
Are you expecting a subsequent application?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. That's why they're doing the one next to it and the one that we've got to talk about next.
And the ones we've already said no to. There's something.
Okay, so are we're happy with the tatty sign, the tatty colour one. Proposed by Councillor Clough, seconded by Councillor Wadsworth. All those in favour of approval? That's unanimous, yes, thank you.
We approve anything other than double garages this evening.
Mr and Mrs Tyler, I don't know if it's the same people, but it looked like it.
It looks like it.
Rear single-storey flat roof extension, internal alterations to the existing shop frontage, 17 High Street. Councillor Clough?
We did that. We did this one at the Planning and Recreation meeting last week. There were 5 applications on this, which vary very little. We already made a decision on it.
Somebody's for
It was cancelled.
Yep.
The decision was the one that Alison sent. We had 3 of the 5 applications at the last meeting, at which there were only a quorum, and there are 2 others. The only difference between this one and the one that we saw is that there's slightly less of the internal wall removed on this one than there was on the previous one. I spoke at length at the last meeting because this is a listed building and it's quite an important listed building, and we refused the planning application on the basis recommended refusal. On the basis that they have the heritage statement was extremely limited, that they haven't done the research, that we felt that they should have had, that the building should have been researched, had a historical survey done before they did the planning permission. And for me, the big problem was they wished to completely go at the front of the building to put in red plate glass windows using the whole of the heritage frontage. This has been 2 shops since at least the turn of the last century, and they wanted to take out one of the shop floors, put a red plate glass window across, and they wanted to cut into the original stone walls of the left-hand building to put bigger windows in, and we recommended rejection on the basis.
So this is the same application, but slightly different. So normally we would try and keep consistency, and if members are mindful of what decision was made last time, then I would propose that the same comments go on this one. Is everybody happy with that?
Do you want me to Alison Road?
Well, there was only 3 people at that meeting, were there?
4.
4. So there are slightly more than 4 people there now, so maybe other people have other comments.
Yeah, okay. Well, yes. Anybody want to make a comment? Anybody else want to have a view? No? Councillor Clough, are you going to move we send the same comments as before? Yeah.
So so you already rejected this once?
Yeah.
So why is it, if we've rejected it once, why are we being asked to consider it again?
Because they've changed.
There's 5 separate planning applications for the same building. 3 of them listed building, and 2 of them ordinary. And I don't know, the architects got a bit confused, but they should have all come through together, and they haven't.
Okay, so last time we refused. This hasn't altered very little.
Yeah.
So to be consistent, we're going to have the same comments, and and
Can we
recommendation.
read out the comments, do you think?
Yes,
Terms of effect,
Councillor Clough, if you
This,
could read.
this is a listed building and should be subject to professional historic building survey and assessment prior to planning consent being considered, and any works undertaken should conform to advice from Historic England. Groundworks associated with digging a stairwell in the backyard should be subject to archaeological monitoring.
Is that applicable on this one? Stairwell in the backyard?
Yeah, it's all the same, yeah. Information should be supplied to access to use of and impact on the upper stories of the building, and to preserve the fabric of the frontage of the building in keeping with the listed building status.
That's what's proposed.
It is part of that, isn't it? Because
Have
I've
you
got
got a
permanent
picture of
bits
the
of
front?
it, isn't it?
Have you got a picture of
So is it
the
just the back that we're talking about today?
Is that talking
Oh, no,
about
just say,
flat roof extension?
Yeah, I mean, what we said was that it will make a better viable shop as one, and there's no problem with them doing it. It's just the way that they're doing it. Because if you look at the left-hand side, the left-hand window, you can see it's in 3 sections. Well, the middle section is the original window of the shop, and that's where the aperture is. The 2 little bits on either side are surface-mounted perspex and glass display cases which are accessed from the street. And what they are proposing is to knock out the whole of the front wall in the building to put a complete plate glass window across there, and to knock out the doorway on the right-hand shop.
Is this where
and plate glass
Gatons?
across that.
Is
Yeah.
it Gatons Jewellers was there?
It's where Gatons Jewellers were, and where Vision is.
Yeah, no.
Right, I'm with you now.
I have no
Okay.
objection to making it into one shop. I'd just like to see
The
the frontage,
original
historic
frontage, yeah.
frontage.
I must admit, I agree with you, because
Yeah.
some of the modern frontages are...
I think we have. I think as a council, we need to be mindful of where we sit on making decisions on how some. If we agree that in principle that yes, it needs to be done, and the proposal to have it as a full-fronted glass pane, whatever, is the right way forward because at the moment it looks a disgrace or whatever. To actually then turn around and go, but actually we're going to refuse it because the way they're going to do it in their method statement doesn't really sit with us, I think is not a true planning application. Because in fact it's planning control, planning enforcement, and those people that make those kind of decisions that enforce it. We're actually making a decision on, do we think this would improve the high street? I think we're getting into detail that we shouldn't be getting into. We're not here to go and police the construction.
We didn't.
Well, that's how it's coming across to me. I'm afraid.
No, I think what we're saying is that we would like to retain the front of the shop as it is. We've gone into a lot of detail to explain what that means,
Yeah.
but the council voice would say we would like the frontage of the shop to remain as it is.
Can I quote our strategic plan, Oakham Town Council's strategic plan for 4.1? Oakham has a strong identity and character due to its built heritage. OTC will work to ensure this heritage is protected and enhanced for present and future generations.
Well, so I thought you said that you thought the frontage. I got the impression that Joy said that the frontage does need changing.
No, I think if they're going to remodel and they're going to
Yeah.
redo the windows, that's fine. But we should maintain the look of 2 shops, even if it becomes one shop with a central entrance. I mean, if you go to Cavernous, they have 2 doors into the cafe, but they only use one. But to say, well, we'll take the other door out and put a plate glass window across is losing the character of the history of the building.
So, are we going to say then that we would like to see the character of the shop frontage kept?
Retain.
Retained.
Yeah. Would that satisfy?
It means you're not cutting into walls that you haven't previously
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You're retaining the frontage of the shop, much like they do in York and all the other
Yeah.
fabulous places. And the shop inside, what they do inside, obviously subject to planning, in making it 2 shops is less of an issue.
Councillor Ainsley?
I'd just like to make the observation, as I did at the previous application, that the horse is already bolted. If you walk down the high street, you can see there's a whole series of fronts which are quite tasteful. And I think that this is just interfering, and I tend to agree with the approach that says we need to be careful of what we're recommending. Because I think actually we're interfering in an area that we're trying to impose a set look and feel, which isn't necessarily anything to do with planning.
Well, Oakham High Street historically has actually lost what it looked like 100 years ago. You're never going to get that back. But what would have been really good if we and it's difficult to do if the applications have all come in at different times. It'd been great to have all 5 applications and be able to see it on the whole perspective. But of course, the way that, yes, I agree that it seems to have come through is very itty-bitty and makes it difficult because then you think, what are they doing? And will it look right? And then there is a concern, we don't want to look a disaster. But
This takes me back to a previous existence, but I think we are like temporary custodians. So you can turn everything into a beautiful place, modern plate glass, steel, and then you hand it on. I think that protecting the heritage of a town that we live in and cherish is really important. So long as we can maintain the businesses on the high street, all that's being asked here is what we think about that. I think we're saying that do what you like inside, within reason, but we'd like to retain the frontage of the shop, not contribute to the continual degradation of the high street to something we no longer recognise.
Right. Okay, well, comparing that jeweller's shop as it is now with, let's say, the Carphone Warehouse, which is less than 10 yards away, I think we sort of shot ourselves in the foot on that.
But that doesn't make it right, does it?
But the thing is, the president's already said, the president's already said it in town. So
But I mean, I'm now feeling like
That's not-
with
With respect, that's not for us to decide. Rutland County Council planners, officers, will make the decision. We're going to give it either a recommendation or a refusal.
So, can we have a proposal then? I mean, getting the feeling of the meeting, I think we want to see if we can keep the three separate windows. So, are you going to make a proposal that the council would like to see the original style of the shop front kept?
Would it meet the need to say preserve the stone fabric of the frontage of the building, keeping the 2 doors and 2 windows in keeping with the listed building status?
Done. That's proposed, seconded by...
Chairman, can I just query that briefly, because your original proposal said much more than that.
Yeah.
And given that this is an extension,
Yeah.
which will possibly require excavations, are you quite sure that you wouldn't like to amend that back to your original proposal?
Well, that's the last part of the original proposal. So all we've done is amended the last part of the original proposal. So we've still got the first 3 elements that we put in last time. We just amended the last one to what David
To keep
suggested.
the shop for original shop.
So it still says this is a listed building and should be subject to research. The groundworks should be monitored if they're digging in the back. That we need to look at the use of an access to the upstairs and to preserve the stone fabric of the frontage, keeping the 2 doors and 2 windows and keeping the listed building.
And that's our comment. And if the county council don't want to take that up, that's up to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's been proposed
Yeah.
by Councillor Clough,
Yeah.
seconded by Councillor Woodley. All those in favour, please show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Against? 1, 2. Abstaining? 1, 2, 3. Are we going right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Right.
Can we have the lights?
They can put the lights on again before we call.
Sure.
Please. And at this point, we have 5 minutes, so I'm going to move that we extend the meeting for another 30 minutes. Seconded by Councillor Woodley. All those in favour, please show. Thank you.
Against.
Against?
Yep.
We're going to take a couple of breaks.
Right. Yeah, let me do this bit first, and then under item 15, exempt item, to decide whether to exclude the press and public under section 1 of the Public Bodies Admission to the Meetings Act 1960, as amended during the consideration of the items 16 and 17 on the agenda, as they concern confidential matters. I move. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Walters. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask you to leave now, madam. Thank you very much for sitting very patiently through that. You may take those. You may take those with pleasure, yes. And we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you.
If you can start another lot.
Oh, I see.
Right, we'll have a 2-minute comfort break.